Why I left. I left my partner a few months ago. The reason I have given is because they were cheating on me. I honestly wouldn't have cared if they had been open and upfront about wanting a poly relationship. Not the point. The real reason I left is because they had given me a date to lose weight and make more money by. I'm well aware of how poopty this is. I saved up and left. But I haven't spoken to anyone about this. It's really messed with my head and been a hit to my self-esteem. I'm incredibly embarrassed by it all, so I just want to share. Here are a few things and want to tell someone somewhere somehow. 1. I'm worth being loved and treated with respect regardless of weight or salary. 2. I don't think I can be with someone who was socialized as male. Too much of life is a choice. I'm aware this is a gross generalization. I was socialized to do everything for a man, and I have way more deprogramming to do before I can enter into that type of relationship. 3. I'm deeply hurt and that's okay. 4. I have practiced low to no expectations of my parents for as long as I can remember. This is a survival skill I developed and will no longer use in romantic partner relationships going forward. 5. I have a lot more personal growth to work on before entering into any other relationships. 6. I'm ducking pissed off. 7. I also was toxic and poopty in the relationship, and it's a good thing it ended. Story 2. My M21 girlfriend 20 of almost 6 years cheated and left me. The title says a lot of it, but it got worse and worse. So back in September the 3rd to be exact, my M21 girlfriend F20, we'll call her Haley, told me she needed time alone, but it wasn't a breakup yet. That was on like the 12th when I was getting some of my stuff from the apartment. It killed me even before the full breakup. It'd been with her since 2016. Our 6-year anniversary was November 4th and I was going to propose on that day. When she first left she was very vague with reasons why, but I believed her when she said she just needed time alone. So I moved back in with my grandparents and she said she would keep the dog till I could get the downstairs and stuff ready to have him. Turns out it was all a lie and it started going downhill literally 2 days later. My grandma saw her meet up with some guy who grabbed her ass in the parking lot of Walmart. Then they got in her car and went to the theater lot, a place we would go to have time in the car when we could get privacy, and my grandma, being nosy, waited to see what was going on. She went out past Haley's apartment after about 45 minutes and she was just getting home. So it kinda sealed that they were definitely not seeing a movie. But it still somehow gets worse. A couple weeks later my cousin saw her in Walmart walking and holding hands with a completely different guy. But Therese, still more, it turns out she blocked me on everything, wouldn't answer if my dog was okay or anything. Well, turns out pretty much the day after I got the last of my stuff from the apartment she sent him to the animal shelter and got rid of everything I had for the dog, including a $400 cage. He was too strong and got out of every other cage that I can't afford to replace, so I had to basically give him up and couldn't get him back from the shelter. She only told me any of this when I threatened to take her to court if I had to get my dog. Then she told me everything was already gone and that she had no idea I was trying to contact her. Therese, no way she didn't know I was trying to get a hold of her, cause I had multiple people contact her on my behalf since she had blocked me, and she read all their messages, so she was just being petty and mean. I'm definitely still taking this to small claims court to get everything back or make her pay to replace it. There's still some more. About 3 days after I finally got an answer on my dog, my friend sees on Haley's Instagram bio that she changed it to show she was with someone. They apparently started dating on Sept 3rd of this year, the day we decided to take some time apart but not fully break up, but I'm certain they'd be together for at least 2 weeks before that. But what makes even worse is that the guy she says she's dating is neither of the 2 guys she's been seen with. Turns out it's some guy I've never even seen before, but one of my friends knows his ex, and she apparently left him because he was extremely emotionally and physically abusive and nothing but trouble. And as mad as I am at her for doing all of this to me, I feel like she doesn't deserve to be abused, and I feel like I should tell her or her parents about it. But then part of me thinks, why? Why should I tell her after all the poop she's put me through? She made her bed so she can lie in it. I'm just starting to get over the cheating, the lying, the fact she got rid of my dog and that I can't get him back, and the fact that she blamed the whole breakup on me, which crushed me till I found out all the poop she was doing, and then that crushed me all over again. Now this wondering if I should tell her or not is eating at me. I hate her so much, but I still somehow, through all the hate, I still care about her. I just needed to write this out and tell people, cause it just sucks keeping it all in. I'm not really looking for advice, just venting. Story 3. My GF26F cheated on me 28F and then a week later asked for a break. Me 28F and my GF26F have been together for almost 5 months. We fell for each other deeply, and very fast. We have the same sense of humor and have been through a lot together. This is her first same-time relationship, but she's never once made me feel weird about it. It doesn't bother her at all. We were so in love she came out to her whole family, that I've met and really consider them like my own. My GF has been wonderful to me, she's helped me in more ways than I can say. But we've had our problems. She's very type A, organized, has a well-paying job. I'm depressed and struggle financially. Very type B and like to chill most of the time, but I work a very demanding job for 9 hours a day. I know she doesn't love my qualities and wants me to be better, drink less, not party as hard. I've essentially moved into her apt. She wanted me around all the time and so did I. I lived with 2 roommates and she lives alone, so it just made sense. She made it comfortable for me, put my clothes in her dresser, etc. Fast forward when things started getting bad. I have a low libido, I tend to come home from work exhausted and I really enjoy when we cuddle in the couch and watch shows to wind down. I'll also play my Switch to relax while we watch. She works from home and is on way less than me since I'm in an office being scrutinized by my 2 bosses. She gets more time to relax. She's said in the past that we don't do enough things together, that we're elking intimacy and I'm never in the mood for time despite her advances. I acknowledged that and told her to combat this. I was okay with her making out with other people when I'm around, or if she does it when I'm not then I don't want to hear about it. But make out. That's it. 2 weeks ago we were at a lesbian event. This is new for her since she hasn't really dabbled in the scene. I can see why it's excited to be around so many people like you and also hot people. That used to excite me too, but I'm past that stage in my life. Well, I had work the next day and I encouraged her to stay out with our friends. She ended up coming home at 7 a.m. and told me she made out with someone. What I found out later was that she had time with her, and worst of all it was with a girl I used to date's friend. So I very much will see her around. My GF was so ridden with guilt she couldn't move or eat for days and then tried to unalive herself. She sent me a goodbye note and I quickly called her mom, who was in shock. My GF had never done anything like this. Or even thought it or shared personal stuff with her family. It was terrifying, but ultimately I told her we would work through it. I believed she loved me so deeply and was sick to her stomach at what she had done. I believed her. For the days that followed she was wonderful. She brought my confidence up and was kind and I thought I was in heaven. I asked her she's just acting this way because she have guilt, but she said no. She's just so lucky that I chose to stay. Which brings us to today. A week after the cheating she told me she needed space to work on herself and us. That her brain's a mess and she feels like she's losing parts of herself because she's too busy worrying about me. She wants to maybe date other people so she can be sure of us. I had left the app for 2 days before this conversation to give her space. She begged me to come back. And when I did, a day later she tells me she does actually need that space. What is wrong with me? It's been 5 months, why can't we just be happy? I think this is all about her feat of commitment. I feel played and stupid and need advice. Story 4. 20F girlfriend says she has thought about cheating on me. 20M. So recently my girlfriend and I had a long talk, and she confessed that a couple times she has thought about cheating on me with one guy in particular. Now, although this hurts me an incredible amount, I understand that relationships are tough, and poop like that can happen, so if it were for that alone I might have been willing to at least try and push through. She also said she stops herself before, but she revealed that this guy she thinks about is someone she has mentioned to me before a few months ago. She told me she thought this guy was good looking and felt bad about it, and that earlier she wanted to become friends with him. They aren't friends now, but what bothers me is that she wanted to become friends with him, presumably while having these kinds of thoughts. That just seems like direct behavior that might lead to cheating, and now I just don't know what to do. I feel like we really have something special, and I really don't want to lose her. And I know relationships can be hard, we are only flawed creatures so we will have intrusive thoughts, but I would just have hoped that she would at least know to not try to get close to this guy. I'd really appreciate sincere advice. I don't want to make a choice that I will regret later, especially because I don't think I will find a girl as amazing as this one. I know Reddit isn't the best place for advice, but at the moment I don't really have any close friends I'd trust to talk about this with. I also cannot afford a therapist being a college student. Story 5. I dumped my girlfriend while she gave birth. Disclaimer: I changed names, but my ex runs a TikTok drama channel and it's up to her if she wants to this publicly. When I was a young boy of 17, me and my girlfriend had a pregnancy. About 3 months in, a car crash took her and the baby. As a coping mechanism, I vowed to never have children, so I asked my parents for a vasectomy. They agreed because my siblings could give them grandkids, but I couldn't do it. So every year I get checked to see if still firing off blanks. Every time for 10 years now, so it's safe to say it's successful. Now I've been cheated on, and in my time I've had 6 women try to pin pregnancies on me. I say one simple thing. I can't have kids, which most take as I don't want kids, but I never divulge that I can't literally have kids. Why, you ask? Because random pregnancies are a great way to figure out if women cheat. So when they tell me they are knocked up, I tell them to get out. I've had a few drag me in for a paternity test only for the judge to laugh when I hand them medical records. And before you scream, then can heal or whatever % 99 of vasectomy procedures are successful. And in life the simple answer is often the correct one. Enter Sarah. She actually introduced me to this Reddit. Sarah was different. She reminded me of my true love. And I treated her like she was perfect. I wanted to give her the world. I was in love. But who she cheated on me with broke my heart. 5 years in, she knew I couldn't have kids but tried to say it was a rainbow baby. Instantly I figured it out. It was her male best friend Mike who claimed he was gay. Instantly I figured stuff out. Now Mike unfortunately had some bad habits and would soon find himself on the wrong end of the law. He's definitely going away for a long time. So now comes the day water breaks, she's rushed to the hospital, I'm called at work. I rush over and soon I'm hanging out with her. While she's doing the give birth thing and I'm just playing Pokemon and kind of being uninvolved. Sarah was pissed I was being uninvolved too, like swearing up and down that I'm lucky to even have this baby and I should be more appreciative. When it was time, I just zipped up my bags, put on my cost and wished her well and good luck with her and Mike's new baby and left. After about a few hours later, I'm in my new apartment. A fresh start. I live minimalistic, so there wasn't much of mine to take. I was out pretty fast. I refused to give her closure. Sure, I know in a few weeks I'll get served with court papers, but I've done that song and dance. If you read this, Sarah, duck you one simple question and I would have told you why I can't have kids. And when you air us out to your TikTok audience, I'm ready to go public. Story 6. I 26 am going through a tough recent breakup because of cheating. Well, we are or were traveling around Brazil together, but just found out she cheated on me on various nights here. My Brazilian friend found out, because one of his pals actually hooked up with her not knowing she was with me, because she actually said she was single. We're on different hotels now. I changed my return ticket to a different date from hers already. Right now there's such a raw pain in my chest, because I never thought this would happen to me. We've been together for like 5 years. We were engaged. I know her since I was 17 and we were both stupid kids studying on the same classes, while I was admiring her from a distance until finally making a move to change our lives. I never considered cheating in my life. I've had 2 previous girlfriends before her. Always did my best through the best or hard times. I wish this would end already, because we still have some days here and 2 more cities to visit. All I've been doing for these past 3 days is drink as much as I've never done before. I'm not much of an alcohol guy, but right now I'm getting to the hotel crazy drunk, being carried over by someone who I don't even know, and when I get to the room I just can't sleep and drink more to help me. If anyone could help me, I've been listening a lot to Taken In by Mike and the Mechanics. If you have any songs like this one to recommend, I'm taking it. For those who don't know it, check it out on YouTube, Masterpiece by Mike Rutherford. Redditor's reaction. Story 7 after. Redditor 1, I'm so sorry, I don't know what to say other than please take care of yourself and I hope you get back home safely. Op answer, thank you so much for your message and your worries. Right after New Year I'll be coming back home. Probably I'm coming back to Italy, can't stand England anymore. She's Scottish, but we live in Leeds, where I've lived for the past 10 years. My family went back to Napoli 4 years ago, but I stayed. I don't want to anymore. Redditor 2, Godsmack, I ducking hate you. That song helped me purge the hurt when I got cheated on by a woman I had been engaged to. Sorry to hear about what happened, but the good news is it happened now rather than later when you have a house together, kids, and then you have to question if they are even yours. While extremely painful, you will grow to realize you just dodged a bullet. Op answer, I hope time will eventually tell me. Right now I just wanted to understand the why she did it when we had such a beautiful relationship. Thanks for the message, mate. Means a lot to me. P.S. I'm listening to the song in this exact moment. Learned from my father who is a huge fan of Genesis and Mike. Redditor 3, how TF did she manage to cheat on you if you are traveling together? Did she go like, hey babe, I'm going out tonight, I'll be back at 5 a.m. for a quick nap and our bus tour? Like WTF lol, I mean, someone that does stuff like this anyways must be mentally ill in my opinion. No normal human would think about cheating while on vacation with their partner. It's like from an Adam Sandler's movie. Don't drink though, it won't help you, just work out and try to find a good hobby to keep busy and distracted. Plenty of fish in the ocean. Op answer, that's what I was thinking about. Every night, Wen did not go to the parties together. We slept early to make the most of the next day and see everything we wanted to see. While I was asleep, she left and went partying. The weird part is that she was always active live hell in the morning. Don't know what kind of poop she was taking, but after we did our stuff, she only wanted to sleep. Story 7. My GF went to a party and started snorting ket. My GF went partying while I was in work and did ket. My 17M GF 17F went to a party while I was in work after we said that we weren't going to go because the host is horrible and just shouts and screams at everybody there. But when I was on my break she messaged me saying that she's going to go, so I was completely honest and said that I'd prefer if she didn't because most of the people there are random people she's never met and because of the host. She then told me that I don't trust her to not smoke and do drugs and stuff if I'm not there because I don't do to the past because I told her that I'd prefer her to not go. Fast forward to a day later and I seen a message while we were in bed together on her phone that she sent to her friend saying that she just snorted ket. We have disclosed in the past that we don't want to do drugs and smoke after she started to do this at parties. We have clearly set this boundary previously and she obviously hasn't respected this. Now I don't know what to do. I love her more than anything and I don't want to lose her, but at the same time I don't trust her to go to parties or anything if I'm not there. I told her this and she said that she understands and she wouldn't go to any more without me. I trust her not to cheat. Maybe that trust will come back to bite me on the ass, but right now I do trust her. But I don't trust her going out with me. If you have read this then, thank you and any advice would be appreciated.